Hello everyone. Just before I start with the content of this video, I want to share something very interesting with you. I researched the content of each video, and although I try to make it look as though I'm the one who knows it all, the content is supported with readings from reliable websites as well as peer-reviewed articles from academic journals. This video is the exception. I could not find a single journal article about the importance of listening to our learners. Maybe the time has come for someone to write one. In our heads, we carry the image of a teacher as someone who is always talking, and we do. We talk and tell all day long. Take out your books, hand in your forms, do this exercise, stop talking, listen to what I am saying. But how much do we listen? Are we here all the time? Hearing is never a problem. It's a permanent activity, even if we're not aware of it. We hear the chatter of children, the wind outside, the class passing by our door, the school bell. Hearing requires no concentration at all. But listening is different. We listen when we choose to. And when we choose to listen, we also commit to concentrating, giving attention, and responding with care. Nobody ever builds listening skills into teacher education because, after all, teachers talk. We don't have to know how to listen, except that we do. Listening gives us access to who our learners really are. By listening to them, we gain valuable information about how they think and what they think about. We come to know them. We come to understand them. We discover who our learners are in this crazy 21st century. Good communication relies on two things: speaking and listening, or talking and hearing. These are life skills that reach way beyond the classroom and equip us with the skills to build meaningful relationships in our lives. On the web, one can easily find many articles about the 5 stages of listening, the 7 stages of effective listening tools, and steps to being a good listener. And good listening skills will enrich our lives outside of the classroom in many ways. But I've always had a problem with a step-by-step guide to anything. Real listening can't be determined by steps that we can tick off like a shopping list. Real listening depends on one thing, and that is simply on our intention to listen. And it stops there. Not listening to respond, just listening to listen. Proper listening means that we don't only hear the words of the speaker, it means that we interpret them. And being able to interpret them means giving the speaker our full attention. No phones, no checking the time, no interruptions, just listening to understand and interpret. Proper listening means that we listen with our whole bodies. We listen non-verbally by making eye contact. We could lean forward, nod, and adjust our postures. The important thing is to be interested and to show with our bodies that we are interested. We also listen with our eyes by watching the non-verbal clues from the speaker. What are their bodies telling us? Are they in alignment with their words? Are we being given more information in the way that their eyes are moving, the angle of the body, the tilt of the head? Sometimes children and young adults find it difficult to put into appropriate words what they are trying to say. So we need to watch what their bodies are telling us and interpret there as well. We need to listen beyond the words. Proper listening means not interrupting. But that doesn't mean being silent. Soft sounds of support, those or a question to clarify a point, all contribute to active listening. Sometimes even using other words to repeat what the speaker has said shows that we're listening and understanding. The speaker, whether an adult or child, feels supported and heard. Just don't ever say, I know how you feel because exactly the same thing happened to me. It didn't happen to you, not in exactly the same way or at the same time. Don't tell your own stories and think you're being supportive. Don't turn the conversation away from the speaker. Let the focus rest on their words and on their telling. This is their story, whatever it is, about them and not about you. Proper listening means listening with empathy, really putting yourself in the place of the other, really hearing their perspective, really hearing their words and the meaning behind the words. With this comes a lack of judgment. The moment we express any kind of judgment, we shift the focus back onto ourselves and onto what we think. And proper listening is not about what we think. It's about hearing the thoughts and the stories of the child, the adolescent, or the speaker. It's about being totally present in that moment. When the speaker has reached a point where we know that we should respond, our response is also a part of the listening. A total lack of response or silence indicates a lack of interest and attention. So we need to respond by asking good questions to probe more deeply, or by using our words to show that we have understood. Sometimes the speaker just wants to be heard. There is no need for advice. There is no need to try and save them or to resolve what they're going through. So don't offer any of your wisdom until it's asked for, and then offer it gently, with respect, empathy, and kindness. When we actively listen to our learners, we learn a great deal about who they are. We are able to gain a glimpse into their worlds, and this assists us in our teaching and learning process. We are also able to provide meaningful feedback and responses, and to give the speaker a sense of being valued and heard. This builds on the relational aspect of teaching and learning, and adds a sense of worth to both the speaker and the listener. Life in the 21st century brings its own set of challenges. One of them is that many of our learners have absent parents or really busy parents. In too many cases, the learners spend more time with us than they do with any other adult in their lives. If we don't listen, if we don't pay attention, and if we don't learn about their lives, then who will? We are their influencers, their role models, and their guides. We chose this work. Let's be exceptional. Let's be the real architects of the future. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you again.